Out of my way, Willard. I bring evidence.
Can't go in there, Giles. It's a court.
Peace, Giles. A moment, sir.
You, Mr. Hill, go in there and demand I speak.
A moment, sir. A moment.
They'll be hanging my wife.
How do you dare come roaring into this court? Have you gone daft for it?
You're not busting judge yet, Hawthorne. You'll not call me daft.
Who is this man?
Giles Corey, sir, the more contentious.
I am asked the question, and I am old enough to answer. My name is Corey, sir. Giles Corey. And it is my wife you are condemning now.
And how do you imagine to help her cause with such contentious riot? Now be gone. Your old age alone keeps you out of jail for this.
Your Excellency, we mean no disrespect for—
Disrespect indeed. It is disruption, mister. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
I mean no disrespect for you or the court.
I think they should both be arrested in contempt, sir.
Peace.
Never blamed my wife for a bitch. Only said she was reading books.
What books? What?
I cannot tell. There were no which I blamed her for. I broke charity with the woman. Broke charity with her.
Excellency, he claims hard evidence for his wife's defense. I think that in all justice, you must hear him.
Peace, Mr. Hale. Mr. Corey, you must sit down. Sit yourself down.
Shall I fetch the next one?
Yes.
We are desperate, sir. We come in 3 days and will not be heard.
Who is this man?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca that were condemned this morning.
Indeed. I'm amazed to find you in such uproar. I've only good report of your character, Mr. Nurse.
This is contempt, sir, contempt.
Peace, Judge Hawthorne. Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
I surely do, sir, and I think you must be a wise judge to be what you are.
And do you know that near to 400 are in the jails from Marblehead to Lynn, and upon my signature?
I do, sir.
And 72 condemned to hang by that signature.
Excellency, I never thought to say it to such a weighty judge, but you are deceived.
Mary Warren, what are you about here?
She will speak with the deputy governor.
Did you not tell me Mary Warren was sick in bed?
She will, Your Honor. When I got to fetch the court last week, she said she was sick.
She has been striving with her soul all week, Your Honor. Now she comes to tell the truth to you.
Who is this man?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Excellency. This man is known to be mischief.
I think you must hear the girl, sir. She is a truthful one.
I pray you. Do you know, Mr. Proctor, the entire contention of the state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through the children?
I know that, sir.
And you, Mary Warren, how you came to cry out for people sending their spirits against you?
That were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
It were pretense, she says.
Ah, and the other girls, Susanna Walcott and the others, they're also pretending?
Yes, sir.
Indeed. Now, Mr. Proctor, before I decide whether I shall hear you or not, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here, it melts down all concealment. Are you certain in your conscience, mister, that your evidence is the truth?
It is, sir, and you will surely know it.
He has come to overthrow this court, Your Honor.
Shh! I take it you came to declare this revelation in the open court before the public?
If you would allow me, sir, I would.
Now, what is your purpose in doing so?
Why? To free my wife, Your Honor.
There lurks nowhere in your heart, nor hidden in your spirit, any desire to undermine this court?
No, sir.
I tell you straight, mister, I have seen marvels in this court. I've seen people be choked before my eyes by spirits. I've seen them be stuck by pins and slashed by daggers.
Excellency,
I've until this moment not the slightest reason to suspect that the children may be deceiving me.
Excellency, does it not strike upon you that so many of these women have lived for so long with such upright
Do you
reputation?
read the gospel, Mr. Proctor?
I read the gospel, Mr. Paris.
I should think not. Or you should surely know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Aye, and God tells us that. But who tells us that Rebecca nursed after spirits and killed 7 babies? It is the girls and the girls only, and this one will swear it is false.
Judge Hawthorne.
She's the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent me a claim in which she states that she's pregnant now.
My wife pregnant?
There be no signs of it. We've examined her body.
But if she says she is pregnant, sir, then she must be. That woman will never lie, Your Honor.
She will not?
Never, sir. Never.
Mr. Proctor, if I should tell you now that I will let her be kept another month, and if she begin to show her natural signs, you shall have her living yet another year until she is delivered. What say you to that? Come, man. You say your only purpose is to save your wife? Good then. She is saved at least this year, and a year as long. What say you, sir? It is done now. Will you drop this charge?
I'm afraid I cannot, sir.
Then your purpose is somewhat larger?
He's come to overthrow this court.
Your Honor, these men are my friends. Their wives are also...
I judge you not, sir. Sit you down. I'm ready to hear your evidence.
Well, I'm no lawyer, sir, so I'll keep it.
The pure in heart need no lawyers. Proceed as you will.
Before that, sir, I would ask you to read this. It's a bit of a testimony. The people signing it declare their good faith of all said women. If you notice, sir, they've known each of these women for several years and claim they never had no dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
These are all covenanted farmers, members of the church.
Then I'm sure they have nothing to fear. Sit you down, Mr. Nurse. You know, old man, that you have not hurt these people are of their good conscience. What you must understand, sir, is that a person is either with this court, or he must be counted against it. There be no road between. Now, this is a sharp time, a precise time. We no longer live in the dusky afternoon when evil mixed itself with good and befuddled the world. Now, by God's grace, the shining sun is up, and with him them that fear not light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of those. She's not hardy, I see.
No, sir, she's not. Mary, remember, angel? Raphael, what you say to the boy, remember it? Do that which is good, and no harm shall come unto thee.
Come, man, we wait you.
John, my deposition. Give me mine.
Aye. This is Mr. Corey's deposition, Your Honor.
Oh?
What lawyer drew this?
You know I never hired no lawyer in my life, Hawthorne.
It is very well phrased. My compliments. Mr. Paris, if Mr. Putnam is in the court, bring him in. You've no legal training, Mr. Corey?
I'm the best, sir. I'm 33 time in court. No, he's plaintiff, too.
Then you're much put upon?
I'm never put upon. I know my rights, and I shall have them.
Indeed.
You know, your father tried a case of mine. Might be 35 years ago, I think.
Oh?
He never spoke to you of it?
I cannot recall it.
That's strange. You were a fair judge, your father. You see, at the time, I had a white mare. This fellow, he came to borrow the mare, and... Aye! There he is!
Mr. Putnam, I have here an accusation by Mr. Corey against you. He states that you coldly prompted your daughter to cry witchery upon George Jacobs that is now in jail.
It is a lie.
Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you?
A fart on Thomas Putnam, that is what I say to that.
What other proofs do you submit for your charge, sir?
My proof is there! If Jacobs hangs for a witch, he forfeit up his property, and there is none but Putnam with coin enough to buy so great price. Man is killing his neighbours for that land.
But proof, sir, proof!
My proof is there! I heard it from an honest man who heard Putnam say it. The day his daughter cried out on Jacobs, he'd said she'd given him a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The man that gave you this information.
I cannot give you his name.
And why not?
You know well why not. You'll lay in jail if I give his name.
This is contempt of the court, Mr. Danforth.
You will surely tell us the name.
I cannot give you no name, sir. I mentioned my wife's name once. I'll burn in hell long enough for that. I stand mute.
In that case, I have no choice but to arrest you for contempt of this court. Do you understand that?
This is a hearing. You cannot clap me on contempt of a hearing.
Oh, it is a proper lawyer. Do you wish me to declare the court in full session here, or will you give me good reply?
I cannot give you no name, sir. I cannot.
You are a foolish old man. Mr. Shiva, begin the record.
Your Honor, he has given this story in confidence, and he never
The
not
devil
once...
lives on such confidences. Without no confidences, there could be no conspiracy, Your Honor.
I think it must be broken, sir.
I think you're right.
Excellency,
Mr. Hale,
we cannot blink it more. There is a prodigious fear of the court in this country.
then there is a prodigious guilt in the country. Are you afraid to be questioned here?
Well, I may only fear the Lord, sir, but there
Reproach
is
me
fear
not
in the
with
country
fear.
nevertheless.
Did you not hear me? I said reproach me not with fear. There is fear in the country because there is a moving plot to topple Christ in the country.
But it does not follow that everyone accused is part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. Mr. Corey, you are under arrest for contempt of this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you'll be set in jail until you decide to answer all questions.
No, Giles.
Cut your throat, but we won't kill you yet.
No, we'll prove ourselves now. We will.
Being a Lord Lord means to kill a soul.
This is a court of law. I have no infantry here.
Oh, forgive him, sir, for his old age. Please, Giles, please, now. We'll prove ourselves. We will indeed. Now remember what the angel says to the boy. Remember it. There is your rock. Hold on to it and keep it true. This is Mary Warren's deposition, Your Honor. And while you read it, sir, I would ask you to remember that until but 2 weeks ago, you were no different than the other girls are today. You saw her. She screamed. She howled. She swore familiar spirits choked her. She swore spirits in the form of women in the jails and now sent out her spirit and attacked her. And when she refused...
We know all this.
Aye, sir. And now she swears that she never saw no spirit vague or clear. She saw that she never has had no dealings with the devil, and she swears we're all pretense now.
Excellency, a moment. I cannot say he is an honest man. I know him little, but in all justice, a claim so weighty cannot be argued by a farmer.
Now look you, Mr. Hale.
I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take a life without there be proof so immaculate, no slightest qualm of conscience may doubt it. I have this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse. I'll not conceal it. My hand shakes as yet with a wound. I pray you, send him home and let him bring a lawyer next time. Let this argument lawyers present to you. Mr. Danforth, please.
I'll have nothing from you, Mr. Hale. Sit you down. Mr. Shiva, will you go into the court and bring the children here? Do you have any other information for us?
No, sir. If you search your heart, I think you'll see within those documents that the truth lies in there, and that Mary Warren swears we're all pretense now.
She'll
She's-
testify herself,
She's-
Mr. Danforth.
She is with God now, Your Honor.
Are you sure she is with God now?
Aye, sir. She's never been holier in her life.
Mary Warren. How came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor ever threatened you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
Then you tell me that you sat in my court callously lying when you knew people would hang by your evidence?
I did, sir.
How are you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars, or is it now that you lie?
I cannot lie no more, sir. I am with God.
You are with God?
I.
I'll tell you now. You are either lying now or you are lying in court. And in either case, you have committed perjury and will go to jail for it.
Sir, I am a good girl. I cannot.
He's put himself in court by the other children.
These will be sufficient. Sit you down, children. Your friend Mary Bourne has given us a deposition in which she claims that she never saw familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She claims as well that none of you have seen any of these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law. Law based upon the Bible written by Almighty God, forbid the practice of witchcraft, and describe death as penalty thereof. But likewise, children, the law and Bible damn all liars and bearers of false witness. Now, it does not escape me that this deposition may be devised to blind us. It may well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract our sacred purpose. If so, her neck will break for it. But if she speak true, I bid you now drop your guile and confess your pretense, for a quick confession will go easier for you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Children, a very august bit will be turned into yourselves until your honesty is proved. Will either of you change your positions, or do you force me to do hard questioning?
I have not to change, so she lies.
You would still go on with this?
Aye, sir.
A puppet were discovered in Mr. Proctor's house, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you sat beside her in the court when she made it, and that you saw her make it, and how she herself stuck her needle into it for safekeeping. What say you to that?
It is a lie, sir.
While you worked for Mr. Proctor, did you ever see puppets in that house?
Yes, sir. Goody Proctor always kept puppets.
Your Honor, my wife never kept no puppets.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Shiva?
when I spoke to Goody Proctor in that house, she said she kept no puppets, but she did when she was a girl.
She has not been a girl these past 15 years, Your Honor.
But a puppet will keep for 15 years, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept, but this one swear that she made that puppet herself.
Why could there not have been puppets where no one ever saw them?
There might also be 2 golden candlesticks in my house, but no one ever saw them.
We are here, Your Honor, to precisely discover what no one has ever seen.
You're charging Abigail Williams with a marvelous coup plot to murder. Do you understand that?
I do, sir. I believe she means to murder.
This child would murder your wife?
Oh, it is a child no more. Twice this year in sight of the congregation, she were put out for laughter during prayer.
Excellency, it...
What's this? Laughter during...
Excellency...
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I do not... she is sometimes silly, but she is solemn now.
Aye, now she is home and goes to hang people.
Quiet, man.
Surely this bears questioning. He charges contemplation of murder.
What do you say, Mr. Paris?
Excellency... Since I come to Salem, this man is blackening my name. He is... He's making it a...
Mary, now tell the deputy governor how you danced in the woods.
Excellency!
What's this? Dancing?
Abigail leads the girls into the woods and they have danced there naked.
Excellency...
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
Mr. Paris found them there and they took fright as all. There's the girl, she is.
Excellency, when I first arrived from Beverly, Mr. Paris told me that.
All I can say is I never found any of them naked. And this man, Your Excellency,
Was
this
she
man...
danced?
I said...
Excellency, will you permit me?
Right. Proceed.
You said you never saw no spirits, Mary. Never threatened or afflicted by the devil or the devil's agents.
Aye, sir.
Yet when confronted by people in court who were accused of witchcraft, you would faint and say their spirits came out of their body and choked you.
That were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, sir.
But you did faint, did you not? I myself picked you up many times and your skin were icy. Mr. Danforth...
I saw that many times.
Oh, surely you know that they are pretending, Your Honor.
Then can she pretend to faint now?
Now,
Why not? Now there are no spirits attacking her, for none in this room are accused of witchcraft. So let her turn herself cold and pretend she can faint. Faint!
Faint?
Aye, faint! Prove to us how you pretended so many times in the court.
I cannot faint now, sir.
Can you not pretend it?
I have no sense of it.
Why? What is lacking now?
I cannot tell.
Might it be that we have no afflicting spirit loose, but in the court there was some?
No, sir, I never saw no spirit.
We've seen no spirits now, and prove to us that you can faint as you claim.
I cannot do it now, sir.
Then you will confess, will you not?
No, sir.
Attacking spirits made you faint.
Sir, I never saw no spirits.
This is a trick blind to the court.
It is not a trick. I only fainted because I thought I saw spirits.
Thought you saw them.
Why, sir, but I did not.
How could you think you saw them unless you saw them?
I know not, but I think that I heard the other girl screaming, and sir, you seemed to believe that. And the whole world started crying spirits, and it were only sport at first, Mr. Danforth, but I promise I never saw no spirits.
Surely your excellency is not taken by this simple lie.
Abigail Williams. I bid you now search your heart and tell me this. And beware, child. To God, every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take life without cause. Is it possible, child, that the spirits you have seen are illusion only? Some deception that may cross your mind when...
This is a base question, sir.
Child, I would have you consider
No,
it.
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I've been to near murdered every day because I've done my duty pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward? To be denied, mistrusted, and treated
Child,
like...
I do not
No,
mistrust
let you
you.
beware of it, Mr. Danforth! Think you be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits? Beware of it! There's...
What is it, child?
The wind has come. Cold wind.
Abby!
Your Honor, I pray.
Oh, they're pretending, Your Honor.
She is cold, Your Honor. Touch her.
Mary warned you, send the shadow on me.
Oh, Lord, save me. Please.
Mary warned you, witch hunt? I said you send your spirit out.
Don't touch me, Mr. Proctor.
I cannot. Heavenly Father, take away this shadow.
My friend now still such a scream to stab me with.
Prove this will not pass.
I have known her, sir. I have known her.
It is a lie, sir.
You are a lecher?
John, you cannot.
No, Francis. It is true. A man will not cast away his good name, sir. Surely you know that.
In what time? In what time and in what place?
In the proper place, sir. Where my beasts are bedded. A man may think God sleeps, but God sees everything. And 7 months ago, my wife, my dear good wife, took her in, then put her out. For being what she is, a lump of vanity, sir! Forgive me, sir, for I lusted. And there's a promise made in such a sweat. But I lay myself entirely in your hands now. Surely you must see it. My wife, my dear good wife, never sinned in her life. But she knew a whore when she see one.
You deny every scrap and tittle of this?
I must answer that, sir. I will leave and I will not return.
She does not deny it, Mr. Danforth! She does not deny it!
You will remain where you are. Sit you down. Mr. Paris, go into the court and bring Goody Wife Proctor out. Mr. Paris, tell her not one word of what's been spoken here, and let you knock before you enter. Now, we shall reach the bottom of this swamp. Your wife, you say, is an honest woman?
Aye, sir. In her life she never lied. There are them that cannot sing and them that cannot weep.
When she put this girl out of your house, she put her out for a harlot?
Aye, sir.
And knew her for a harlot?
She knew her for a harlot.
Good then. And if she tell me for harlotry, may God spread his mercy on you. Hold! Turn your back. Turn your back. You do likewise. Now let neither of you turn to face Goody Proctor. No one in this court to raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter! Mr. Shiva, report this testimony in all exactness. Are you ready?
Ready, sir.
Come here, woman. You will look in my eyes only, not your husband's. Recently, we have come to know that at one time you dismissed your servant, Abigail Williams.
That is true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss her?
She...
You will look in my eyes only, not your husband's. The answer is in your memory. You surely need no help to retrieve it. Why did you dismiss Abigail Williams?
She... dissatisfied me.
In what way dissatisfied you?
She were...
Look at me.
Your Honor, in that time I were sick, and you see, my husband is a good and righteous man, sir. He is never drunk with some hour, nor wasting away at the shovel board, but always at his work. You see, in my sickness, I were a long time sick after my last baby. I came to think I saw her turning from me and this girl.
Woman, look at me.
I, sir, Abigail Williams.
What of Abigail Williams?
I came to think he fancied her, and so one night I lost my wits, I think, and threw her out on the high road.
Your husband. Did he indeed turn from you?
My husband is a goodly man, sir.
Then he did not turn from you?
He...
Woman, look at me! To your own knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer my question. Is your husband a lecher?
No.
Remove her.
Elizabeth, tell the truth, Elizabeth.
She has spoken.
Elizabeth,
Remove her.
I have confessed it.
John!
I have confessed it. I have confessed it, Elizabeth. She only thought to save my name.
Excellency, it is a natural lie to tell. I pray you stop now before another is condemned. I may shut my eye to it no more. Private vengeance is working through this testimony. I pray you call back his wife and we'll try again.
She spoke nothing of lechery, and this man lied.
I believe him! This man has always struck me true, and this girl has always...
Begone, I said.
What is it, child? What's that? Child? Girls, why do you...
It's on the beam. Behind the master.
Where?
Why do you come, yellow bird?
Where's the bird? I see no bird.
My face. My face.
Mr. Hale, do you see a bird?
Quiet.
Do you see a bird?
Quiet.
You cannot want to tear my face. God made my face. Envy is a deadly sin, Mary. Abby. No, it is black art to change your form. I cannot stop my mouth. It's God's work I do, Mary. Hurry, I am here.
They're pretending, Mr. Danforth.
Please don't come down, Mary. She's stretching out her breath.
Lies! Lies!
Me. I am not hurting her.
Why does she see this vision?
You cannot believe them!
She sees nothing. She sees nothing. Abby, you mustn't.
Abby, you mustn't.
Abby, stop it.
Abby, stop it!
No, draw back your spirit out of them.
Mr. Danforth.
Mr. Danforth!
Have you compacted with the devil? Have you?
No, never.
No, never!
Why can they only repeat you?
Oh, give me a whip, I'll stop it.
They're sporting.
They're sporting!
They're gulling you, mister.
Abby, you mustn't.
Abby, you mustn't!
Abby, stop it.
Abby, stop it! Stop it!
A little while ago you were afflicted, now it seems you afflict others. Where did you find this power?
I have no power. I have no power.
They're pretending, Mr. Danforth. Surely you must see it.
Where did you turn about these past 2 weeks? You've made compact with the devil, have you not?
Mary, goddamn liars, man.
You have seen the devil. You have made compact with Lucifer, have you not?
Mary, goddamn liars.
I cannot hear you. What do you say?
Remember what the angel said?
You will confess yourself or you will hang.
Do that which is good.
Oh
in
no,
your heart.
it's not ready.
Do that which is good and noble.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Mary.
Or the devil's man.
Praise God. Mary.
Every night he comes to sign
Sign what?
The devil's book, he come with the book?
my name. He wants my name. I'll murder you if my wife thinks we must go over to the courts.
Oh, Mr. Hale.
He come at me every night with his black beady eyes and his claws on my neck. And I can't breathe. I sighed.
Excellency, this child has gone wild. You
I'm
cannot...
lying with you, Mr. Proctor. I love God. I can't focus on the hurt.
What are you? You are combine with Antichrist, are you not? I've seen your power. Mr. You will surely not deny it.
This is not witchcraft! You condemn an honest man!
I have nothing from you, Mr. Hale. Will you confess yourself befouled with hell? Or do you keep that black allegiance yet? What say you, sir?
Say I say God is bad! A fire! A fire is burning in Salem. And I see the devil's face. And it is my face. And it is your face, Mr. Danforth. It is yours. For men that quail to bring men out of ignorance as I have, and as you do now, there is a special place in hell that burns for us. And we will burn for all eternity. We will burn. We will burn together!
Marshal, take him and Corey with him to the jail.
I denounce these proceedings. I swear this court, your